Manila, 2026. The Philippines has drawn a line in the water. In the heart of Southeast Asia, a nation long defined by its resilience and spirit has taken a decisive step that will echo across the region and beyond. As the sun rises over Manila Bay, a new chapter in the country's maritime history begins. With the signing of a landmark law and the unveiling of a powerful new map, the Philippines has officially declared its maritime territories for the world to see. This is not just a bureaucratic move, it's a statement of intent, a declaration that the nation will no longer allow its waters to be defined by others. The Philippine Maritime Zones Act stands as a bold declaration, spelling out in no uncertain terms what belongs to the Filipino people. It is a product of careful deliberation, national unity, and a deep sense of responsibility to future generations. This act is the culmination of years of struggle, of diplomatic battles fought in international forums, and of the daily courage shown by our fishermen, who have faced intimidation and danger in waters that have sustained Filipino communities for centuries. For too long, our rightful claims, in the West Philippine Sea, have been challenged, our people harassed, and our sovereignty tested. Filipino fishermen have stood their ground, often outnumbered and outgunned, yet unwavering in their resolve to defend what is theirs. Today, with the passage of this law, the Philippines moves from a posture of mere defense to one of clear legal assertion. This is a turning point, a moment when the nation stands tall and proclaims its rights with confidence. The new map, meticulously crafted and grounded in the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, outlines our exclusive economic zone, continental shelf, and all waters where the Philippines holds sovereign rights. It is a visual testament to our commitment to international law and to the protection of our maritime heritage. The world is watching as the Philippines, often seen as a smaller player in global affairs, makes a king's move on the international stage. Headlines around the globe are taking notice, and the message is clear. The Philippines will not be sidelined. By codifying our maritime zones, we provide our Navy, Coast Guard, and diplomats with a solid legal foundation to stand on. This clarity empowers our defenders at sea and our representatives in diplomatic halls, giving them the tools they need to protect our interests. This is not an act of aggression, it is an act of sovereign self-defense, a peaceful yet firm assertion of our rights under international law. The Philippines seeks not conflict, but respect and recognition of its rightful place in the region. The law is our fence, a clear and unmistakable boundary that says to the world, this is ours. It is a shield for our people, a line drawn not in sand, but in law and principle. This bold move also strengthens our alliances, giving our partners in the region and beyond a concrete basis to support us. It invites cooperation, dialogue, and mutual respect among neighbors and allies. In charting its own course, the Philippines is not just defending territory, it is shaping its destiny. With a new map to guide the way, the nation looks to the future with hope, determination, and pride. This is how the Philippines claims its place on the world stage, steering confidently into the waters ahead. The West Philippine Sea is the lifeblood of our nation, a vast expanse of blue that has shaped our history, culture, and daily lives for generations. Its waters are not just a boundary on a map, but a vital artery that sustains millions of Filipinos, connecting our islands and communities. It feeds our people, providing fresh seafood that graces our tables and powers our future by supporting the livelihoods of countless families. The bounty of the sea is woven into our traditions, celebrations, and even our identity as a maritime nation. Beneath its shimmering surface lies some of the world's richest fishing grounds, teeming with marine life. These waters are a sanctuary for fish, shellfish, and other sea creatures, making them a crucial source of food and income for our coastal communities. But the West Philippine Sea holds more than just fish. It is believed to contain vast reserves of oil and natural gas, resources that could help fuel our nation's growth, reduce our dependence on imports, and secure our energy future for generations to come. Yet these waters have become a stage for rising tension and uncertainty, mainly due to China's sweeping 9-line claim, which covers almost the entire South China Sea and overlaps with our own territory. This controversial claim encroaches on our exclusive economic zone, as defined by international law, and threatens our sovereign rights to explore and benefit from our own natural resources. Our fishermen, who have relied on these waters for generations, now find themselves competing with foreign vessels and facing growing uncertainty. The same is true for our Southeast Asian neighbors, whose livelihoods are also at stake. Both our fishermen and our Coast Guard face constant intimidation and harassment from larger, more heavily armed Chinese vessels. These encounters are often tense, sometimes dangerous, and always a reminder of the risks our people face just to make a living. The sea, once a source of peace and prosperity, has now become a flashpoint for conflict and uncertainty, a place where the hopes of many are clouded by the threat of confrontation. It's also a critical global trade route, one of the busiest in the world. Any conflict here could disrupt the flow of goods, impact economies far beyond our shores, and send shockwaves through the global marketplace. For us, control over these waters is not just about resources, it's about national security. The West Philippine Sea serves as a protective buffer, shielding our islands and people from external threats. In the face of these challenges, this tense environment demanded a strong, decisive, and legally grounded response from the Philippines, one that would assert our rights, protect our people, and uphold the rule of law in our own backyard. In response, the Philippine government forged a new shield, the Philippine Maritime Zones Act. This law officially defines the full extent of our maritime entitlements under international law. It enshrines UNCLOS rights into our national legal system, making them enforceable. The Act outlines our territorial sea, our 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, and our continental shelf. It harmonizes old laws, removing ambiguity and creating a single authoritative reference. Our agencies now have a clear mandate backed by a modern, internationally recognized law. This act is a message of strength and clarity to the world. It's a peaceful legal shield for our sovereignty and heritage. At the heart of the conflict are two stories, one rooted in international law, the other in historical claims. The Philippine claim is based on UNCLOS, which grants rights within a 200 nautical mile EEZ. China's 9-dash line, based on historic rights, covers nearly the entire South China Sea. This claim is not recognized by international law and overlaps with the EEZs of several countries. The Philippine approach is modern, measurable, and universally accepted. China's claim is ambiguous and unilateral, challenging the rules-based order. The new Maritime Zones Act reaffirms our commitment to UNCLOS and international law. In 2013, faced with growing tensions in the West Philippine Sea, the Philippines made a historic decision. We turned to international law, filing an arbitration case against China under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS. This bold move was not just about asserting our rights, but about seeking a peaceful, rules-based solution to a complex maritime dispute. Our government asked the tribunal to clarify our maritime entitlements, specifically, our rights to fish, explore, and manage resources within our exclusive economic zone. Importantly, we did not ask the court to decide who owns the islands themselves, but to interpret what the law says about our waters. In July 2016, after years of careful deliberation, the tribunal delivered its landmark ruling. It declared that China's sweeping 9-dash line claim had no legal basis under UNCLOS, rejecting it outright. The court also confirmed that key features, like Mischief Reef and Scarborough Shoal, are well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. It found that China had violated our sovereign rights by interfering with fishing and oil exploration, and by building artificial islands. The ruling was a resounding victory, not just for the Philippines, but for the rule of law and for all nations that believe in peaceful dispute resolution. It gave hope to smaller countries facing similar challenges. For the first time, our claims were transformed into internationally recognized rights, backed by a respected legal process and the global community. However, China rejected the ruling and continued its activities in the disputed waters, ignoring the tribunal's decision and maintaining its presence in our EEZ. The reality is, there is no international police force to enforce such rulings. This leaves a significant gap between what is legally right and what happens on the ground. This gap is exactly what the new Maritime Zones Act aims to bridge. By turning our legal victory on paper into concrete national law, we strengthen our ability to protect our waters and assert our rights. The Maritime Zones Act is our way of making international law real at home, ensuring that the spirit of the 2016 ruling lives on in our daily lives and in the generations to come. For Filipino fishermen, the West Philippine Sea conflict is a matter of survival. Generations have relied on rich fishing grounds like Scarborough Shoal until aggression shattered their way of life. Fishermen now face harassment, chased away, blocked, blasted with water cannons, and robbed of their catch. These acts are not just frightening, they're economically devastating, leading to poverty and fear. Many are now afraid to fish in traditional grounds, forced into less productive waters. Diplomatic protests and legal victories felt distant. Harassment continued. The new Maritime Zones Act is a direct answer to their cry. It gives our Coast Guard a clear mandate to protect them. The defense of our waters is now a matter of national, legally enforced policy. It's about restoring hope and security to our coastal communities. A map is more than a drawing, it's a statement of identity and sovereignty. The new official map, released with the Maritime Zones Act, precisely delineates all our maritime zones as prescribed by UNCLOS. There are no vague lines, just clear, defensible boundaries. Our diplomats and agencies now have an authoritative chart to guide their actions. The map is visual proof of our claim and a practical tool for daily defense. It counters the 9-line narrative with a map based on law, not myth. It will be used in schools to teach the next generation about our territory. This map is a symbol of our resolve. We define our territory, no one else. The Maritime Zones Act and its map are designed to change lives. For fishermen, it means stronger protection and safer waters. For our Navy and Coast Guard, it provides legal clarity and a firm mandate. Patrols now uphold a specific national law, not just observe and report. The law supports modernizing our fleet and protecting our vast maritime domain. It secures our exclusive rights to explore and develop resources like oil and gas. This could be the key to energy independence and national growth. The law creates a stable environment for investment and prosperity. It teaches our children that sovereignty must be actively protected. The real-world impact, a stronger, more secure, and more prosperous Philippines. The Maritime Zones Act is a commitment to protect the environment that sustains us. Our waters are a global center of marine biodiversity, but they've suffered from illegal and destructive activities. This law gives us the authority to police our EEZ and implement conservation measures. Clearly defined zones allow us to manage resources wisely and prevent overfishing. We can conduct research and create marine protected areas without interference. The act aligns us with UNCLOS, strengthening alliances with nations that value international law. It enables joint patrols and diplomatic cooperation for regional stability. This law is a beacon of hope and a symbol of Filipino resolve. It's our peaceful, dignified response to aggression. This is our line in the water, drawn for all the world to see.